Alright, welcome back. Episode 2. As you can see, I've ventured a little bit. I found a village. And just to double check, there is no cheats on this. Like, what's a. There's no cheats. So this episode will be about why comparison is the thief of joy. Alright, now I know this might sound like something really basic, but I just want to give my thoughts and input on it because I've experienced this and I will explain how. So, I say this because social media is just. There's a lot of bad that comes into social media. For example, comparison. You'll sit there and you're scrolling TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever it is, and you see all these people living these, rich lives. You see people in the gym that look huge, just all these different things. And you're just thinking to yourself, you're comparing yourself and the things you have to these people, and you sit there and you're upset, you're not happy about it. This is why it's the thief of joy, because you just can't be happy with what you have when you're sitting here and you're comparing yourself to these people that are older than you, have more experience in life, have already completed college, they have a full-time job, and you're sitting there like me. I had that habit of sitting there as a 16-year-old and I'm comparing myself because I really like cars. That's something about me. I just really like cars, and I'm sitting here comparing myself to these grown men with their $50,000 cars. And I'm like, I need that, but what am I supposed to do? I'm 16, and I know other people, they compare themselves for the gym. That's something a lot of people. I don't really care about that. Like, compare myself to fitness people on TikTok, whatever. It's just for me. It's like the whole money thing. That's how I relate to it. For example, I'm gonna talk about this for a minute. I've always wanted a Mustang GT, the V8 50. That's been. I've always liked cars my whole life. Uh, played racing games, car games, all my life growing up, and I've always wanted a cool car. And when I turned 16, I was grateful enough that I had just a regular old car that my parents had already had that I could use, just to drive around, get to school, go to work, that basic stuff. And for over a year, I was like, I want something better than this. So I started looking for new cars. I saved up some money, and it about I was 17 for only a few months. After like a year and 3 months of working, I had enough money saved up, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start looking for a new car, because the car I had at the time was kind of older, just a regular old car. And obviously, like I said, I wanted something that was cool, a sports car, a muscle car. That's what I like. So I start looking, and I find this 2019 Mustang. Don't get me wrong, it really looked good. It was an EcoBoost. I know y'all might not understand. It's just a little four-cylinder car, and I get it, and I'm like, dude, this is amazing. I have a Mustang. I'm 17. It's a really nice looking car, but comparison, like, I'm comparing myself. After I get it, I'm like, you know what? Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm looking at these people with their 5.0s, and I'm like, I need that. And I couldn't sit there and enjoy what I had at the age of 16, which was that Mustang. I couldn't enjoy it because I was so focused on getting a better one. So that car only lasted like 2 or 3 months before it got totaled due to, wasn't my fault. It was weather. Something weather related happened to it, and it got totaled because we overpaid for it. It just wasn't worth a lot. But I guess you could say I was quote unquote happy it got totaled, which obviously that's not a good thing. I should not have been happy because I spent money on it, and I should be grateful that I had that nice of a car at such a young age. And other people be like, "Oh, dude, that's such a nice car." I'm like, "Yeah, it's whatever," you know. And so I saved up again over the summer, and I did the same thing. because I couldn't just wait and be patient. I had to have a car before my senior year started, a new car. So I got another Mustang EcoBoost. Just it looked different. That was it, pretty much. It just looked different. And I had this my whole senior year. And my whole senior year, I just kept saying, I want a 5.0, I want a 5.0. I couldn't be happy with the nice car I had that people like really liked, that people wanted, and I'm sitting here like, oh, I don't want it. Which, yes, even though I spend my own money on it, it just seems ungrateful, and it's not good. So I'm sitting, like I said, I'm sitting here. I would sit there at night, just going through countless TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels of these loud V8 muscle cars, the ones that I've wanted for so long, and that I couldn't just be grateful for the car I had. And it eventually got to me where I was like, I need to do something about it. And saying that does not constitute with me being. Let me rephrase this. I don't know. I'm going with that. Anyways, it eventually led to me. So this would be this past summer. It led to me selling the car and using the little bit of money I did have to finally get that 5.0, the one I have now, the one I've wanted for so long. And no, I mean, I wouldn't say I compare myself. I don't sit there wishing for a different car because I absolutely love my car and I'm happy that I finally got it. But I will sit here and compare myself to the people who have theirs heavily modified because I'm a car guy. That's what I like. And I'm in the process of doing that right now. And I'm grateful that I was able to get it and that I can comfortably afford it. Especially with the job I now have, because at the time I got it and the time I had the old one, I didn't have a job. So I don't know how I managed that. Anyways, that's the topic of how comparisons, thief of joy, affected me, because I compared what other people thought was a cool car. To me, it wasn't a cool car. To the better, cooler cars on social media, and because of that, I ended up wasting so much money, went down the drain from those cars that I don't have anymore because I would say I was just because I was comparing myself to the better people, and I wanted to get what they had. And let me also say, the people that had what I wanted, they're grown men, they're grown adults, they have a good social media going, or they have a good job, and I'm sitting here, I'm like 17, 18, just working a regular old retail job. And I'm like, why can't I be like them? Why can't I do this? And I'd say the same kind of goes for now in college, because I'll sit here and I'll compare myself to. I don't know if it's necessarily comparison, but I'm sitting here, I don't know what to do in my future, and I'm trying to compare myself to what I want to do, but I'm just not sure. I need to figure it out because time's ticking. But back to the main story for how it affects everyone. Or it does affect everyone. I know that everybody gets affected by it. Whether it's girls seeing better looking girls with makeup on and like, oh, I have to wear makeup now, or if it's like me, I already have a nice car but I want something better, so now I'm gonna sit here and complain about it. Or it's like other dudes seeing a better looking dude in the gym and then they get butt hurt when they don't look like that, as if the person hasn't been doing it for so long and they're just a kid. There's just so many ways that it works between people. You should always be grateful for what you have. If you have a roof over your head, your parents that support you, love you, you get food, you don't have to worry about anything. You should be grateful. You shouldn't compare yourself to richer people or different people. Just be grateful for what you have. And I'm a victim of that myself. I should have been more grateful for what I had at the time instead of comparing myself. There's no reason to do that. And kind of on that topic, it just comparison just ruins your mindset as a total. It will ruin your mindset for everything. From others at school to money to jobs to just the gym. You know, it's just such a bad thing. You really should not compare yourself because you are your own person. You are your own self. And, you know, there might be other people who look up to you. Or other people who want the things you have. And they're comparing themselves to you. And you're sitting there comparing yourself to someone better. It's not how it should work. You should just be grateful. You know, just love life. It's that simple. I guess I'll start building my house now. I haven't really been playing as much of the game as I have been talking. I'm really focused on talking compared to the game, so I'm not neglecting it. Is what I'm doing. But I don't know, man. That whole topic is just people have their different mixed opinions on it. I just said my opinions. And by the way, nobody's gonna change my opinions on anything. I think what I think, and it's as simple as that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna round off the video there. And that thief is the comparison of joy. So quick summary. Whole video, like I said. You know, you can't sit there and compare yourself to people who have better things when you already have good things. There's no point in that. You should be grateful. You know, don't let that comparison get to you. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be alright. But yeah, that's about it. If you've stayed around, watched the whole video, and listened to me sit here and talk about it for whatever reason, I appreciate you. And maybe you'll stay around and watch the rest of them. I don't care if you do. I don't care if you don't. I'm just here to talk, and if you want to listen, that's great. But yeah, if you stayed to watch the whole time, I appreciate you. And that's it for today's episode, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.